It's Week 6 of the 2030 season, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South. We can hardly wait for the start of this one under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start out here with the option left. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, a give to Davis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there was no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They keep it with Davis on first down.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
When you look at this defense,
they've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that.
well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
From the 50, here's Fields. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught right side, Davis. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
At the 45-yard line.
Play action now. Levis. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Levis. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Washington. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Levis to throw off play action.
This is caught. The tight end camera. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Working from the gun, here's Levis.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now Levis.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Levis sets up to throw here.
Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Washington. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it with Davis. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Levis to throw it.
And this will be incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Third and goal, here's Levis.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Will Levis.
His 17th touchdown now on the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. In a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When you look at his defense,
they've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Harris will go in motion left. Again, Fields. And a completion to Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. Oh, the option left is Fields. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it makes it third down and 2 yards to go. Harrison will go in motion left. Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. To the air again, Fields. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here we go. Now Elliott. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
you talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind. Inside give to and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Levis back to throw. Complete to Washington. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Brings up second down at the 21-yard line.
Levis from the gun. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter down, it's our home team with possession, as they've got it with a third down coming up. We're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Levis out of the gun on third down. Toward the sideline, intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and 1 and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The visitors' offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns.
Here we go.
Now Fields. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, 45 yards. And his guys have taken the lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 14-7.
Our home team, 7.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw, Fields.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
And the Columbus first down.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right.
Here's Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Slot man moves right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
On 3rd down, he obviously wants to throw the football, but there's nowhere to go with it, so he takes off and goes. And nowadays, to get to the first down marker, he blows right past it and picks up big yardage. Partner, that's a great bit of improvisation.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Harrison will go in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Holding. Offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. In motion right, that's Harrison.
Here's Fields.
Able to get away. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And here's Davis to run again on 2nd.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Levis out of the shotgun now.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields.
Escaping the play. And he can't get rid of it. It's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Here's Levis.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and
In motion goes the tight end.
Levis looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. An effective 10 yards there takes us back to 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Well, he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And Levis going back to the air.
A dump off for Davis. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Levis. Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now Levis.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
In motion right is Robinson.
Levis to throw once more.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Levis.
And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
Here's 2nd and 10. Levis sets up to throw here.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, to end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, we're out to check out another game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. Stetson Bennett, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. We saw the vet with plenty left, Ezekiel Elliott, putting together a strong first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 2 yards still to go, 3rd down now. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Ooh, with a juke. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better. And maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Harrison. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Off play action, Fields. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Fields now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here.
And that is no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The home team's offense had quarterback Will Levis ready to go to work once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Levis to throw it.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Levis back to throw.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he's got it. Touchdown. From 17 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And just shutting him off there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempts.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Here's 3rd and 7. Now it's Fields.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
After the sack, you can understand it maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish. But he looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Fields.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Columbus.
Play action. It's Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Ezekiel Elliott. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Columbus first down.
Now Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Zeke going to get it on the option.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the gun on third down, Fields. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Elliott diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The home team's offense and their running back Ray Davis ready to take over once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Buying time to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Play action now. Levis.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of a yard.
Teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter.
Like 54.
In motion left, Robinson. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack.
Levis, and that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Levis out of the shotgun now.
And he fends him off. Oh, no, he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
The tight end in motion right. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Fields.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
To throw is Fields.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Back to throw, Fields.
Shreds the tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, Columbus.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people don't question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Like 54.
Again, it's Davis. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Levis.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Davis will try to run for it.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They come up short here on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
A short throw pulled in by Woods.
Well, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. From the gun on 3rd down.
Fields. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
And the Columbus first down.
Inside give to Elliott.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Again, it's Elliott.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
And they will take a knee here. From the pistol, here's Elliott.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Fields down to a knee here, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Columbus, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.